Hi everyone, so today I am going to be making taco shells out of cheddar cheese. Stay tuned and I will show you how exactly to make these and if they're delicious. So first what I did was I shredded up some of the cheddar cheese I had and some Monterey Jack just because I had it and I wanted to give it a different flavor. We need 2 cups for this recipe, and I prefer this to shredded because it does have more carbs because of the anti-clumping stuff. So if you can shred it yourself, do it yourself. It's supposed to make 4 taco shells, so you're supposed to space them out 2 inches apart on a parchment paper lined or silicone mold sheet on a cooking sheet or a baking pan, whichever. And we are going to make 4 of these. So half cup for the 6-inch. So I preheated the oven to 400 degrees and I'm going to pop these in for 6 minutes, take them out, let them cool for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm going to show you the next trick. So I do have these little trays for my tacos, so I am going to use them for my cheddar cheese shells, and you line them with aluminum foil. They suggest that you can use a wooden spoon to do this and line it with aluminum foil and then lay it on top. But since I have these, I am going to use these. Okay, I'm going to let these bad boys sit for 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm going to try to transfer them over them to that aluminum foil that I prepped. In the meantime, I am browning some ground beef. I do add water to my ground beef as it cooks because I want to get rid of most of that fat, and then I drain it and then I season it. So that's just the way I do it. It also helps the meat break apart easier, so that's just a tip in case you're interested. To do it with a spatula, but honestly they're hard enough, so I'm just going to use my hand, pick them up and try to plop them in there. Let's see, it might be a little too thick too. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to get creative with these. Okay, so I was able to spread them out with my hand. It was a little bit easier than the spatula just because I was trying to record and they had already hardened enough. But honestly, it's whatever works for you. This works for me. A little bit of them are overlapping, like they bent a little bit because I maybe made them too big, or these are just too small of trays. So I could fix that next time by making them just a tiny bit smaller, or by using a different mechanism, I guess. Maybe I could try the wooden spoon trick, but they are going to be good. You're supposed to let them harden for about 10 minutes, and they should work. Let's see. So now that my meat has been drained, I'm going to season it. I have garlic powder, chili powder, paprika, cumin, onion powder, oregano, red pepper, black pepper, and sea salt. Obviously, you could use one of the packets, but you have to be careful because that could have carbs in it that you're unaware of. So I prefer making my own, plus that there's no added weird ingredients to preserve it or anything like that. So I just like using it like that. But this, I don't really have a mix. I just kind of add it and start tasting and see what I like. So I do recommend the same thing to you because I don't have a specific recipe I follow. Now that I've seasoned it, I am going to incorporate just a tiny bit of olive oil because I did remove a lot of the fat and I just like it to be a little bit moister. But you can add taco sauce to it too afterwards or anything, just a tiny bit. I like it to crisp up the meat a little bit. Just a tiny little drizzle. I had a tablespoon of this Ortega mild taco sauce, but you have to be careful because this has carbs too. This has 2 carbs for 1 tablespoon, but I'm using it for all of this meat that I'm clearly not eating. So it's enough just to give it a little bit of flavor without really hitting those carbs too bad. So I think this is ready to go. Okay, so now I've taken them off, and as you can see, there's plenty of fat, and I don't love that because even though I'm on keto, I don't like high-fat keto. So I'm going to put a paper towel down and then place my little taco shells back in so they absorb some of that fat. And voila. So here are the 2 out of the 4 that I'm going to eat. You can add obviously whatever you like. I just added the meat, some more shredded cheese, but this time just a little tiny bit. Some lettuce, tomato, green onions, a little bit of salsa on top because I love the flavor of salsa, but you have to be careful again with those carbs. Another trick is that if you have one of these syringes from lying around, most of us usually do from medicines when we have children and stuff, or even ourselves. But anyway, you can fill one of these up with sour cream and then just, that way it's not like a bunch unless you love a bunch, but I don't. So there you go. All right, and there you have it. Let's try these. That's pretty tasty. You know, when I have time on keto, honestly, if I have time to cook, I don't miss any other foods at all. Fortunately, it's when we're going out and everything like that that it's harder to find stuff that I really miss it, like the regular stuff, bread and stuff. But if I have time to cook, I love keto because this is delicious and I don't miss it at all. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Have you tried or will you try this recipe in the future? And please don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time.